Hello, ladies, gentlemen, distinguished non-binary individuals, hive minds, and non-distinguished individuals of various degrees of notability. I would like to introduce you to Rob the Gamer playing Pokemon Rumble, and in the wise words of Michael Buffer, let's get ready to rumble!
Oh boy, oh yeah. Let's get ready to rumble indeed. We got a lot to talk about, but if you're a fan of Gen 4 Pokemon or Gen 1 Pokemon, boy, I got a treat for you. Gen 2 and 3, never heard of them. Gen 5 and after, didn't happen. So, let's go ahead and get going here. Alright, I got my board. It's right here. Perfect. I should... Okay, yeah. Alright, let's get going. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I'm going to talk for a minute about what my thought process is, because I got about 1 minute of cutscene to decide which line I'm going for. And the very first thing I gotta do is acknowledge where all of the Kanto Pokemon are. Or all the, Sinnoh Pokemon are. Because the Sinnoh Pokemon, I'm less likely to go for. This is a very Sinnoh-light board. In fact, I could go for row 3, which would involve getting no Sinnoh Pokemon at all. The reason this matters is the first half of the game you only access Kanto Pokemon. And in the second half you get the Sinnoh Pokemon. So, welcome to Pokemon Rumble. Pokemon Rumble's a very unique game in terms of Pokemon. Essentially, you know like how when you're a kid you have toys? And you would take your toys and you'd like make them fight each other. Like with your imagination, that's kind of what Pokemon Rumble is. So it's almost like you're a kid, and you have all these toys of Pokemon, and you want to make them fight each other. So that's how Pokemon Rumble works. We start off as a lowly Rattata. Now, we are a toy. We cannot learn moves. We cannot gain experience. We cannot level up. We cannot evolve. We have one attack. That's it. So, in order to get stronger, we have to recruit new Pokemon. We're going to be recruiting a lot of Pokemon. Now, our board is just the names of Pokemon. So, in order to get a gold, we just have to recruit that Pokemon. That's all it is. But we snuck our way into a Battle Royale. We don't have a chance of winning this Battle Royale right now. We're just going to lose. Boom! We lost. That's a shame. If we do everything right, that is the only time you will see the lose text this entire run. Alright. Now, in order to get access to stronger Pokemon, we have to beat the battle. But in order to beat the Battle Royale, we have to get stronger Pokemon. You might have noticed that that's a paradox. So, let's see how we do this. There's 6 stages in each floor. And each stage has different Pokemon in it. So we have to start in the forest. Now, when we attack the Pokemon, they have a chance of dropping, like that. Now keep in mind, that's a chance. This Pikachu is the only guaranteed drop in the entire game. Everything else I attack might drop, or it might not drop. So, yeah, this bingo is going to be a lot of getting lucky. Now, the interesting thing about this is that there's a lot of potential for different moves. While I acknowledge that row... Oh, you gotta get it. While I acknowledge that row 3 doesn't have any Sinnoh Pokemon, and in theory would be the fastest, there's a couple issues. For one, Jolteon, which is on the row 3, column 5, is a very rare spawn. So we probably aren't going to be able to do it, unless we get very lucky. The rest of it, though, actually isn't that bad. Diglett's pretty easy, Mankey's pretty easy. Even the Hypno and Doom aren't that bad. So, like, maybe we just get lucky and get a Jolteon, but probably. right now, what I want to do is try and look over the board and figure out which Pokemon we are able to get, like, right now, essentially. So, I'm looking at... Pidgey's an easy one we can get real quick. Drowsy, probably. Drowsy and Hypno both being on the board. Stung. Grimer, we might be able to. Digger, we might be able to. At the end of each of these stages in the boss Pokemon, you have to take it down. Again, once you take it down, either you select it or you don't. Kind of RNG. Wow, this Ivysaur. We're gonna switch to Pikachu has a higher power number there. The Pikachu's was 51. I think our Rattata is like something. The Pikachu is stronger. Now we're. Oh, I just wasn't gonna drop. Now we're on the C ranked tier stages. What we need to do is get to higher stage. So not only are we recruiting the Pokemon that we need to recruit, but we also needed to beat stages so that we can go to higher floors. Hopefully this is making some sense, because now we have options of what stages we go. I know which one I want to go to first. Alright, I'm especially looking for Pidgey and possibly Dodrio. I know Doduo's common here, and I think I can get Dodrio to spawn as well, but I'm not positive. Pidgey, definitely. Those are spirits. Pidgey, bottom. Because we don't gain experience. Ooh, that's a lucky. I don't know what time is on the board, but look at time is actually a counter. Oh, thanks, dude. Oh, there's a Dodrio. Get the Dodrio to drop on. Try to get some. Pick up the Rattata. Alright, we got no. Rattata. Basically just looking around. Oh, ooh, come on, that's some scary please. Basically just looking around to see if I can get Pokemon that are on the board. Dude, I am surprised. I could have sworn Pidgey can peer. Maybe Pidgey doesn't appear until Pikachu got knocked out. We have 3 lives though, so we're gonna out of here. Back in Persian. Oh. Persian's not gonna drop. You can tell if their bosses are gonna drop because it'll do like a little glow at the last hit. I want to go to... Oh no, I guess Pidgey doesn't appear. Alright. Where do I want to go to? I want to go to Rocky... Nah, I want to go to the tower. I think there's more likely to be things in the tower. Drowsy would be a solid first. Come on, give me a Drowsy. There we go. Drowsy. We have obtained. Therefore, Drowsy. Mark off them. Now there is another way we can get Pokemon. And it involves trading them. I'm gonna grab a couple extra Drowsy. Might use that to get them. Essentially, if you trade in 5 Pokemon that are the exact same, you get 1 Pokemon of its evolution. So if we trade in 5 Drowsy, we'll get 1. Sometimes it's worth it, sometimes it's not. Usually it's not worth it in the go, because Pokemon, like, it's not that. But, you never know. Might as well grab them. Doesn't matter. The goal for this bingo is going to be single line, however, we are going to be getting quite a lot. Because what happens is that it's all luck of the draw. You can make a plan, but sometimes you get lucky. For example, I never would have guessed that Marowak would drop like that, but, you know, it dropped. So if Marowak was on the card, I would have it right now. Not. You don't know this. Yeah. Now we're gonna go to Cave. I don't think there's anything in... I want... Cave is jet. So now that we've beaten 3 stages, we should have a decent chance of getting level, or power level 100 Pokemon. That's what I'm looking at. Power level 1. And once we have a power level 100, we Battle Royale. That's what's gonna allow us to do. Right. I believe Arbok is on the card. I don't think actually. Oh, okay. Knock out the table, knock out the table. Good kind of pump. Alright. Yeah, so Arbok's on it. Now, Machoke here would be a really good grab. Machoke's what I was actually scared to look at the good book. Please be 100. Still might use it. It's still gotta get 100. How do you? Yeah. Now this Arbok drops everything. Fortunately, it doesn't work out. Fortunately, we didn't get a level 100 or power level 100, which is unlucky. I have like no fire types, except for the Moltres. I guess I'll go to... I don't think I can get anything really useful here yet. Basically just need a power. There we go. Alright, we got our power. So now that we got our power 100, if I pause and exit, then we actually lose the Pokemon group. So I could continue and beat the stage, which actually gonna take some like all right. Now that I have power 100, we can go ahead and enter the Battle Royale. I'm not using that. Tentacool is a bad Pokemon to use in this game. There's not a lot of Pokemon that like I straight up would refuse, but Tentacool is one. Marowak does solid. So we do have 3 lives, but we got to take out all these Pokemon. In the Battle Royale, it is, as it sounds like, a Royale. There's a lot of Pokemon to take out. Now, there's a couple things to keep note of in these Royales. The first is that there is a timer in the top right. If that timer runs out, which it shouldn't, but if it did, then we lose. Now, we only have 3 lives. Pokemon. We actually cannot swap Pokemon until our character is down, meaning I am using Marowak until Marowak is down. But that's fine, because this Marowak is actually so good that I might only need the Marowak. I think it's got head punches. Oh, yeah. The other thing to note is that each of these Battle Royales have boss Pokemon. We'll spawn in a little later. For this ranked boss Pokemon, we have the Evolutions. Typically, they fall on Jolted. Carry on. The last thing to note in the Battle Royale is we cannot recruit anything. Nothing will drop. It's kind of meant as like the big boss stage, essentially, before you advance the game. So, this is, I guess, from C rank to B rank. While I'm finishing this up, if there's anything you want to go ahead and talk about, feel free to.
Well, I was just thinking, when you talked about Drowsy, I just remembered something. Good Menu or Francophones would like to thank Nitro Speedruns for illustrating the Bingothon Summer 2025 in French for the first time. If you're interested in checking out speedy French speedrunning content, make sure to give them a follow at twitch.tv/Nitro Speedruns. Speedrun. They're probably a bit drowsy themselves, though, given the time zone.
Probably. We did end up having to make a swap. We swapped to our Ekans here, but Ekans is doing a fine job. Fight. The key is to separate them as much as possible. There we go. Battle Royale 1 is complete. Alright. The interesting thing is that, in theory, there's only one Pokemon on this board that I would say there is, like, 0 chance of me getting, and I would say that is Spiritomb. Moltres is pretty unlikely, but I suppose possible. A lot of the other Sinnoh ones are actually, like... This is a very wide-open bingo card. Alright, here we got Pidgey. Here are the wild Pidgey. Pidgey, I just need one of you to drop on me, please. Give me a Pidgey. Please give me a Pidgey. I don't think I want to execute. Third. Come on. No Bellsprout. Don't execute. Here's some more Pidgey we can attack. Come on, give me a Pidgey drop. Give me a Pidgey drop. Really, man? Right. We will just continue attacking the birds. Bellsprout, don't even care about the weak. Oh, hey, there's more Pidgey we can attack. There's a lot of Pidgey. There's Yoda we can attack. But, instead we got Come on. Come on, Pidgey. Oh my goodness, we got the Pidgeotto. Are you kidding me? A Pidgey. We got. There were 20 Pidgey and 1 Pidgeotto. We got the Pidgeotto. Are you kidding me? There we go. Now we got a Pidgey. Alright, we can go ahead and bar. Oh, make sure I'm safe. Am I in a safe spot? Cool. We can go ahead and mark off Pidgey. Where is it? I know it's on the board. There it is. I don't even think there's anything else on this stage I really want. Is there anything else that would be on this stage? I don't E and so yeah, no. I think we just want to get to the end. And we can start making progress. Other Pokemon. Now another one that I was kind of eyeing. It shouldn't be. Oh, look at that. Isn't that common? I actually found another one. Couldn't drop. Alright, Pidgeot is the boss here. Pidgeot has 2 moves with quick attack and yes, I really like you. That's the same. I'll see. Against the boss. Oh. There we go. Area is complete. I think next I want to go to is Rocky. Rocky game. Oh, nice body. Too bad I don't care about the same show I don't care about, but we did see Diglett, and I know Diglett's on our board. Also, Rhyhorn. Don't necessarily care about the Rhyhorn, but Rhyhorn is one. On Diglett, nope. Not getting the Diglett. This is really a game all about just getting the good RNG. If you ever wanted all of the RNG in your bingo game, this is it. No Diglett, still get the benefit.
And fittingly, the first boss of this RNG-heavy game is called the Seed Pokemon.
It's called the what?
Seed Pokemon.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I got Zubat, I don't think I care about it. Right? I don't need a Sand Slash right now. These are all Doug Trio. Where'd all the Diglett go? Oh, man. So the Onix there went a little tilty for a minute. The Sand Slash here is also tilted, and has stars coming out. If they get tilted like that, that means that if you quickly knock them out, that they will be a guaranteed. One other cool thing, it is very unlikely to happen, but I'm gonna mention it because if it happens, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Is there can be shiny Pokemon, and shiny Pokemon are guaranteed to drop.
So you can beat RNG with either RNG or RNG.
Yes. Alright, the boss in this area is Rhydon, which, if we can get the Rhydon to drop, would be cool. But otherwise, we'll just get Rhydon. Kinda might come try to come back in a Kinda want to. But like I said, right now we're kind of just going to advance the game, try to get a bunch of different Pokemon. I don't really have a specific line in mind. It's not going to be until later when we're looking at what we got and we can kind of piece together a plan to aim for. Because you don't want to waste too much time going to this. Sometimes the easiest line isn't necessarily the line you get because of RNG. Did not get the Rhydon drop. That's a shame. I also want to check out the tower again because the tower has a lot of things in it that being useful. Do it. Ghastly, coughing, any of them are cool right now. Coughing. Trying to see if I'm not sure which primers in this area.
I was going to mention with Grimer and Diglett, you'd have 3 out of 5.
Let's see here. If I had Grimer and Diglett, oh yeah, I guess I would. Chimchar wouldn't even be like column 4 would be a solid column to get. Because getting Wartortle and Chimchar also is not good. So like,
But as you said,
I would not be surprised if column 4 ends up being the column we get, but like, we're kind of just trying to plan out our options for as much as possible.
yeah, you literally just said that there's no point to aiming for specific rows, columns, or diagonals.
Exactly. Because like, even if we aim for column 4, that means that we have to clear all of B rank, all of A rank, all of S rank, beat the game, then start the advanced mode to get Chimchar. And while we're doing all that, we might as well try to get other Pokemon. Because, like, maybe we end up being like, oh, we, for whatever reason, are having a really hard time getting Grimer this round. But, you know what? That rare Jolteon encounter, it happened. Like, you never know what's take out the Electabuzz here. Alright, Electabuzz is taken out. What's interesting is I really don't want to go into Forest. I think the only thing in Forest that might be worth trying to get would be like... never mind, I think the only thing, period, that I get in Forest would be like... Anki... Venomoth, maybe? Well, let's go check it out. Why not? Maybe we will. Trying to remember what. Well, there's Venonat. There's Venonat, but it's probably gonna be. It attacked my poor hunter. Got a Venonat. I wonder if the Venonat. Pokemon also have like different. I don't know which Pokemon have which though, so like I've seen still one.
Man, it is a speedrun after all, right?
To a certain extent. Yeah, not really a lot. I should be attacking them. Because we are at the point where I could get, what, a 200 power Pokemon. And once we have a 200 power Pokemon, we can do the next battle now. Don't want to peek. Oh, I don't want to. Even though I do want a 200 Pokemon. Oh, here's some Venomoth. Here we go. Come on. Nope, none of them drop. Oh, more Venomoth out. Oh, that one's tilting. Oh, and that one just straight up dropped. There we go. We got Venom. Alright, so that's another Pokemon we can knock off. Now we got 2 in Road 2. Like, Road 2 also wouldn't be bad, because Golduck... What is that? Golduck and Gyarados? Those are both going to be found in beaches. And then that's just easy.
And
So, like, Road 2 is another one that's like, that could be it. Never know which one's gonna be the magic line that we're gonna do until we basically get real close to the end. 199 Venomoth, are you kidding me? That's annoying. We are actually getting kinda unlucky with how long it is taking to get some of these power. What's our timer?
Kakuna Masada, right? Time is 28:25-ish.
Fine. Not so low. I don't think I want to go to beach yet, because none of the things I want in beach are going to be there currently. I think I'm just gonna go back into cave, hopefully get the Diglett, and hopefully get our level 200 Pokemon. That's what we're looking at. So we want a 200 power, and we want a Diglett. Oh, we got Diglett. Oh, we're getting... I think we just got a second.
And 197 power.
Yeah.
What if...
Unfortunately,
power
like I
Diglett.
said, we can't train them up, so
I
at
know.
197, doesn't matter what we do, we'll never become a 198, let alone a 200. Ooh, that's Sand Slash. 249, that's what. Alright, now we can just take it. So once again, we're just gonna swap to our here. Alright, so we got 2 for row 2. We got 2 in column 4. I think both of those are kind of good to be looking at. Yeah, I think we're actually looking to be in. Alright. Now we can go ahead and get ready to the B rank that. Oh? What? Crash 249 power. That is actually really high. I don't think I've ever gotten something this high actually at this rank. Let's see how it does. It has Scratch, which Scratch. This is like the one Pokemon game where I will say that Scratch is actually a decent move. Like, you got a very quick animation. This game, the real important thing is how quick the animation is. Your moves animation takes a while. Moves like Scratch and Tiger especially. There are 4 boss Pokemon. The first one here is Golem. Basically, all 4 of the Raid Evolution Pokemon in general. So it'll be, I forget the exact order they drop in, but it'll be Golem, Gengar, Alakazam, and Machamp. I don't, like I said, I don't remember. Golem, and I will say, something I am noticing is the fact that Golduck is a battle royale means that Golduck would be in the beach. So right after before I go to A rank, I might actually drop the beach real quick if I can. Actually, nah, I can go Golduck. A rank water, A rank beach definitely. Never mind. We're just gonna go straight to A rank. We'll go straight to A rank. You can always go back and down a rank. Once you unlock a rank, you can we're only down to
Question.
yeah,
Curiosity. Do the battle royals get easier relative to the strength of your Pokemon?
No. Because
Get
the
harder?
enemy Pokemon you fight are also going up in difficulty. But like honestly, each battle royale is probably about equally difficult, I'm gonna be honest. Because you can only challenge it once you are a certain power, and the power scaling of the battle royale keeps the difficulty relatively.
I was expecting them to increase it in difficulty, but eh.
I mean, if I took, like, my S-rank Pokemon and I brought, like, if I went to challenge the C-rank Battle Royale right now, then yeah, it would be an easy cakewalk. But, like, relative at the time, not much hard. 40s. Alright. So, for A rank, the power level that we need to get to is 400. We already got like a 291. We'll see a couple of 300s here. But what we need to get up to. I'm keeping an eye out for Golduck, and I'm keeping an eye out for Wartortle. Those are the big Pokemon that I want to look at. Oop. Knock this down. That's I'm probably well out of gas. Oop. I think the boss here. No, the boss is gonna be black. Boss. Come on. Running around. There's some Starmie, I don't think. Board. Hey, here's some Wartortle. Oh, wow. First two that I attack immediately tip. We got 2 Wartortles. That is a Jakes. Wow, that is a very rare thing. There's a second one, what? That's actually incredible. But we can go ahead and mark off Wartortle now. That's already 3 for column 4. So column 4 actually is looking really promising. If we can just get that. Chimchar is like. We actually might be in a position where we don't even do the work. Let's line it for Grimer Chimchar. We'll see. I gotta remember what tier rank we can get Grimer. I would have thought we'd see Grimer. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and defeat the blasters. Back to the Flash, I think. Just because it's got a fact. Even though it's weaker. On that note, type effectiveness is like kind of a thing. I think technically it's a thing, but it doesn't affect much. You're never gonna see me really pay attention to effectiveness. I only thought of it because I am a grunt against a water type and oh, bad type now. Like yes, but also don't get. Means that I do gotta switch. Actually gonna go down. Now the stages themselves, like with the boss Pokemon here, they definitely get better. Like clearing these later stages definitely. Oh man, I don't have a lot. Ooh wait, the Wartortle let's fight. Wartortle let's fight. Knock out the Blastoise. Don't worry about it, TJ. And by that I mean I don't have an answer for you. We have cleared out the beach. Want to go back to the tower real quick? Gotta figure out where Grimer. Oh, there's Grimer. Got a Dark Guard Kadabra. So some Pokemon have that pink text. They have a special ability. The special ability, most of the time, whatever the special ability is unless it says Speedy, in which case it will be my best friend. And we just got Grimer. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just like gonna walk in on that column 4. Yeah, everything just worked out really nicely. That being said, I'm still gonna, because it'll be a while before we get Chimchar, I'm gonna continue trying to get Pokemon to match up goals in case we can get something faster. But it's unlikely. But, you know, we can also just see kind of how many pools we can get done before we finish the single bingo. Might as well.
So we may have entered the end game less than 40 minutes in to an hour and 30-minute run.
I would not call it the end game though, because Chimchar is still probably like 30 minutes away.
Still killing that estimate.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's all about the layout of the board. It's all about how lucky you can get with getting very specific. And it just worked out that a lot of the column 4 Pokemon are very easy and common. I mean, yeah, literally all 5 of them are common and easy. Kind of worked out. This is actually the first time in any of these. I've done a couple of them. And the ones in practice never line up that nicely. Oh, I just realized we're on my last life on this stage. I gotta be very careful out. Alright, so you're actually gonna see me play a lot more. Your positioning. Because essentially, if you lose the stage, then we basically kind of get lost. We would keep the Grimer, that's not at rest. But we need to clear stages so that we can get higher Pokemon and stuff. Alright. And yeah, row 3 in theory would be the fastest, but no. I'm gonna go to the prairie next. The main reason I'm coming is if we can get a bird. The birds here in... Oh, gee. We just got flinched to death. Oh, my goodness. Wow, that combo. Anyways, the birds here, if you recruit them, they have the chance of having the move Agility. And if you don't know what Agility does in the Pokemon, it boosts the speed stat. Which, in this game, literally means we can run around faster. So, like, getting an agility Pokemon here is, like, absolutely necessary in the speed run. And hopefully we can get one, because that'll just make it faster. But it's not that light. I'd put the odds of us finding one at, like, Dragon there, that's what got a jungle as well. And we got a Punchy Persian. Now I said earlier that the special text usually doesn't matter unless it's but a punchy one is actually good. That just basically means a deal extra. You're getting a lot of Persian. Other draft. Hello, Aerodactyl. What's that punchy Persian? He's got secret power and Roar is kind of useless, but wow, that secret power is working. Go well on that Aerodactyl. Let's go cave next. Maybe we can get like Kabuto? Yeah, there's Kabuto.
Also, excuse me, did you just get 4 Persians from that last round?
Possibly. Sometimes it just works out like that you get a lot of one Persian. Because what they'll do is they'll spawn in like big groups. Like if you notice, a lot of the Pokemon like 4 Machoke spawn there. 3 Clefable spawn there. They spawn in hordes. And, you know, there are the rare Pokemon that they will spawn, like, individually, like the Dragonair, the Jynx earlier. But yeah, getting like 4 Persian is not that hard. Like if I actually killed everything, we could see like me getting like 8 of one vote. Could happen. I want a 400 power, as well as one. I like one. Oh, there's our 400 power. I don't know why we're really getting a lot of cut. Yeah, I might just... Oh, there's a Kabutops. I think Kabuto might. I'm gonna go ahead and just start here. And what I'm actually gonna do is use our money. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm gonna use our money in a minute. So what you can use your money for is to try to get new moves, or you can try to get more Pokemon to join you. But what I tend to use the money for is to get moves. And in particular, I think there's 2 things in it. First is I kind of want to get a better move on that punch. Yeah. And the second thing I'm going to do is maybe do one attempt at getting Jelly. We'll see how that goes. So let's go ahead. We'll switch to Punchy Persian. And let's... Oh, 1,000 per move? Alright, so actually, we can roll it. Rest is useless. Big is better than Rest. Grab one more. God is useless. Alright. And then I'm gonna switch to one of the birds. We didn't get any bird. Nope, we did not get any. Never mind. We'll just save our money for... Alright, let's go for it. Let's go for the Battle Royale. Dig has its uses. We hide for a little bit and then... Like, honestly, I think more like... But yeah, the Kabuto's fun. I think we got really unlucky. I think Kabuto is a pretty common thing in Steve. Frank and... In the next rank, we're gonna go for something that, if it happens, could be legendary. Quite literally, because we're gonna take an attempt on Moltres. Moltres, the only way to get Moltres, now I have the boss Pokemon of a very chance. The thing, the Moltres only appears in boss Pokemon. You would have to get the boss Moltres to that. The only other way to get Moltres is by trading in a very specific combination Pokemon that I cannot bother to remember off the top of my head. So, yeah, that's not gonna... I know it involves getting a Magnet. Hey, boss Pokemon here, Venusaur, Blastoise, and Giant. We'll take those. Come on, take out Charizard. Dude, this Persian is awesome. This Persian is so good, actually. Oh my goodness. And it's really a shame because what happens is you find a Pokemon, you're like, wow, this Pokemon is so good. And then like 2 minutes later, you're like, oh, and now it's not good anymore, and now I need new Pokemon. You can't keep and level it up or anything, so kinda gotta say goodbye to it. But yeah, now we're at X rank. Alright, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna make an attempt at the Moltres. Let's go to Fiery Furnace. We have not gone to Fiery Furnace once. Because there's not been a lot of fire attacks. But Moltres is the boss here, and I think it would be awesome if we could get Moltres. Would it really help us for actually getting a single line of bingo? Probably not. But why? It would be cool. While we're going through here, I'm gonna keep an eye out for anything else that does catch my eye, but pretty sure there's nothing else. Just fire and electric. Oh, I guess Jolteon might spawn here. There's a chance we could see Jolteon, maybe. I forget if Jolteon is more spawns here at Tower, but you know, I guess Jolteon would be normal. The other thing I like about this part is fast. Oh, until I die. We'll switch. Ooh, okay. Actually, so Eevee spawned in, but it was a Flareon. I should have assumed that this area would have Flareon, not Jolteon. But yeah, Tower probably is where Jolteon. But we're in a kind of dangerous position. There's the boss mode. Switch to Eevee, and we're gonna see what we can do. Wow, okay. Eevee is getting whacked. This is a slow bro. Oh, okay. You gotta be better. Kinda hoping to get an arc drop. Use it. The slow bro's about to get down. Oh, so. Well, that was a bad idea. Fine Whip's a bad move. Oh, I really just need one of these Arcanine. Oh, Moltres, you really just ran right over to me. Okay. We are kind of in a panic mode right now. We're not going to deal a lot of damage to Moltres, but Moltres is going to deal a lot of damage to us. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. How do we get... I really need an Arcanine to just drop. When Arcanine drops, the Arcanine has Bite or Fire Fang, something like that. Maybe we'll have a shot. Alright, we're back to the... Oh, this is the dark one. It has... We can actually use the pet though. I just have to try to... Okay. Are we gonna try to use the pet though? Oh, what? Actually... Too cocky. Oh. Probably. Oh man. We're so close. Oh, we gotta tip the Arcanine. Okay. Okay, switch to the Arcanine. Switch to the Arcanine! Oh my goodness, we switched just in time. I didn't even see what moves we have. What moves do we have? Not great moves, I'm gonna be honest. But you know what? We're gonna make this work. We're gonna make this work. Alright, Moltres there. Oh my god, we got the Moltres drop. We actually just got Moltres. Oh my god, we actually just got Moltres. That's incredible. All of that, and we actually got it. Let's go. That is so hype. That is so hype. Alright, let's go to the tower. Let's see what we can get here. Oh my god, we actually got Moltres.
Legendary move.
Dude, there are times where I would have spent an hour trying to get Moltres. Like, oh my goodness. I did not think we were gonna get it. I don't know what the percentage odds are exactly, but if I had to guess, I would say like 5%. Like a 1 in 20. So the fact that we just got it. Got a rally middle. That's... Ooh, Moltres is down. Oh man. What's our time? 50 something?
55.
Yeah, we're making good. We're making good. Bob single-handedly. I'll just run. Alright. We did not see a single jump to. Important. Also that. I mean, we got Moltres. I mean, Zapdos, you ain't on the board, but like, if you want to also jump, I won't stop you. Oh, why did you run?
If we miss the opportunity to get...
Oh, hang on. Get down to our last one. Yeah, we... Okay. This is actually really tough. I have not taken accidental death yet. I don't want to take an accident. Here, Alakazam, absent. Oh! Oh, no. Oh, Zapdos got it. Unfortunate. It's bound to happen. You know what? Maybe we go to the beach and see if we can get Gyarados gold up? Maybe.
Sure.
I don't even remember what the boss is here. It might be Articuno, but I... should be able to get Gyarados, though, I think? Or Gyarados? Gyarados might actually...
It'd be slightly weird if Articuno, the Ice-type Pokemon, was the boss of a beach stage.
But the thing is that there's only 6 kinds of stages. So, like, the only stages we have are the forest, the furnace, the beach, a windy prairie, a haunted tower, and a cave. So, like, the question is where do you put Articuno? The only other stage that Articuno might be in is the cave. So maybe it's there, but I don't know. I think Articuno's in the cave and Gyarados is the boss here. That's what I think it is, but I'm not 100%. Wow, so remember when I was like, Jolteon is rare? Well, we found Flareon and we found Vaporeon, but nope, we couldn't get the Jolteon. Oh my god. Alright, let's... We want to actually try to get our Pokemon. We can get stronger Pokemon when they down the ball. Last one. Army. Nope. Army is really that good. it's kind of interesting because Pokemon are kind of split into two groups: physical attackers and special attackers. And in pretty much any other Pokemon bingo I do, I prefer using special attackers. But in this game particularly, I much prefer using physical. That's because physical attackers, you get up close to the Pokemon. They tend to have faster hits. The special attacks tend to be slower, like but they'll hit more Pokemon. They're kind of only full and
So basically, the physical attackers are rushed down while the special attackers are zoners, almost.
yes, I think that makes sense. So it looks like there it is. Well, let's see if we can get the game. I like how it's really funny because we actually got kind of unlucky with a lot of Pokemon I tried to get this run, like Golduck and different things. But we had an attempt at Dodrio. I think we had an attempt at a champ at one point. We had other attempts at different things. But nope, we got all column 4 and we got Moltres, so you know, we all good. The game knew exactly what it wanted to give me, and we just got Gyarados. Are you kidding? That's incredible. The odds of getting 2 bosses like that are so unlikely. Dude,
Again, knows exactly what it wants to give you.
I kind of want to go and get Golduck now so that we just get the double bingo. Golduck can appear in the beach.
Okay.
We can go back to beach. Alright, so yeah, we'll go back to beach in a bit. Alright, right now, let's see, what do I want to go for right now? Yeah, let's go to Tower. Maybe we can find Jolteon. Maybe we can find. Maybe I can get revenge on this. Not at this rate if I start off dying in a sequel. Good. Can't believe it. Oh, that was stupid. Getting these things changes your yeah. That Gyarados moves. How you doing, Flotsam? Good?
Yeah, could be better.
Enjoying the Pokemon Chaos?
Yeah, although there is one thing that I am enjoying slightly more than that.
What? More than Pokemon?
We're
What?
raising funds. Yep, we're raising funds for Doctors Without Borders.
What?
The Medicine Sans
Tell me more.
Frontières. Yep, they are an international medical humanitarian aid organization providing life-saving medical humanitarian care in over 70 countries around the world, and have won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1999 in recognition of their pioneering work around the world.
No way. That's incredible.
And you can help by donating.
There's Jolteon. Oh my god. We have actually seen all 3 EVs. That is... I cannot stress enough how unlikely it is to even see all 3 of them. Now, granted, we haven't gotten the Vaporeon and Flareon. We're about to make the attempt on Jolteon. Trying to stay alive right now, though, which is making me retreat a lot. Oh, jeez. Now we can actually have to oh, did I take out the Jolteon already? Oh, no, there's 2. Alright. Come on, Jolteon. Ah, we couldn't get lucky with that victory. That is crazy that we even saw the
3 for 3, I guess.
Get another attempt. Oh, that was it. bad start to it. Oh. Now retreat. Got one life. Come on, go, 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 go. Come on, go, 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 go. Alright, we defeated Zapdos. Didn't get Zapdos, that's fine. I was thinking that, Chaos, that you can speed boost function power, but it's very unlikely that. So, like, if it happens, great, but it's not something where I'm gonna spam it at the beginning of the floor to try. Alright. I said I wanted to go back to beach and see if we can get... Alright, so we need a 600 power Pokemon. So I'm looking for a 600 power. I'm also looking for Golduck. If we got Golduck, then we actually have set ourselves up by accident to get a double bingo, which is just even because why get a single when we can get a double for free? Got a 10 here, 580. Oh, no. Well, 601, that is just. What's the timer at?
It is a 105.
I will continue to do the page here to try to get Golduck, but if we don't get it, then oh, there's some Golduck. And the Golduck is dropping though.
We
There.
could-
Someone wanted to drop for me. Starmie or not Golduck. If there's another Vaporeon or a lot of Eevee, usually if there's a bunch of Eevee at the start, that means possible night one. Oh gee. We are running out of opportunity. Golduck. Come on, you set us up so nicely to possibly get a double bingo. You're gonna take it away from me at the last second? Game, that's so cruel of you. Alas, it was not meant to. Oh well. We will just... Alright, now before we get Chimchar, we do have to do the S-rank Battle Royale. Now... Flotsam, how much do you know about...
Not a lot, to be honest. I barely know the first gen Pokemon.
Alright, Generation 1. If you had to choose one Pokemon, boss of the boss, head Pokemon, Gen 1, what would it be?
150 Mew.
Alright, well it's not Mew, but you're close.
Is it Mew?
Mewtwo.
Ah, I said Mew. Wait, I said 150 Mew, which is... But 150 is Mewtwo.
150 is Mewtwo. 151.
151 is Mew. Yeah.
Use the middle.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Don't like the fact that my highest Pokemon are Tentacle. To try to get a on it. Anyway. You know what? Ooh, Gyarados getting Thunderbolt would actually be awesome. Probably. We'll do one more. We'll take it. Endure is gonna help us stay alive a little. Alright. Let's see how we do in the Battle Royale. Before we even get an attempt to fight Legion, gotta defeat Articuno. Alright, Thunderbolt.
Admittedly. Would you mind the opportunity for a quick bad pun?
Oh, I love bad puns. Go for it.
You know, I think... Okay, so the tech person immediately leaves as soon as I make the bad pun. Good start. So anyway, my opinion on getting your 3 most powerful Pokemon is that jellyfish one. That's just cruel.
I wish I actually was able to talk with the French streamers, because one thing that I don't know about Pokemon that much, but I love learning about is all the different foreign names, like Pokemon. Like, I have no idea what
The only one I know is Jigglypuff because of Smash. I think it's in French. Jigglypuff is Rondout.
I'm gonna hopefully just win with the Widow King from here on out, because I have to use my third Pokemon. I feel a little not sure what I'm... Widow King is really good at that. Here's the Moltres, Zapdos. Ooh, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good, it's not good! Okay. This is sketchy. That'll work. Well, that's it. You want to stay away in this fear. Now we want you. We're basically playing a much slower game now. An effort to stay alive. I should not rest in you two is a scary Pokemon. Fate does not anything on the field, we should be okay. But right now I gotta... Mewtwo is running after... Mewtwo, stop running after me! Okay, it's just me and Mewtwo. It's still kind of a sketchy position. And remember, we have a time limit in that top right. Kinda We gotta be careful, but we can't be too careful. Oh, we're so close, we're so close. So close. We got it. There we go. Guess what? We just game. So, now the credits get the roll. Fortunately, they're kind of short credit. But, yeah. Once the credits are done rolling, we will go straight to Fiery Furnace, and we should have a Chimchar in the next, 2 minutes. So yeah, I guess I can talk a bit about my thoughts on Pokémon Rumble. It's a really fun game. I don't know why I never thought about it in terms of bingo before, but I had thought about it only a year ago or so. Just around when Bingothon submissions opened, I was like, you know what? Rumble Bingo might actually be goated. And so I made up a quick board and was like, oh, yeah, this is actually kind of fun. This is actually the very first time Rumble Bingo has been shown on stream. I did all my practice on. That's kind of cool. But, yeah, credits are now done. Wow, there's Sinnoh Pokemon. We get to now go find Sinnoh Pokemon. The only Sinnoh Pokemon I care about is Chimchar, apparently. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. Alright, so we're going to continue our save file. Now we're going to check Advanced Mode. Advanced Mode basically just means, yeah, there's no Sinnoh Pokemon. We are back all the way at C rank. That's fine. We're just going to go Fiery Furnace. We'll see how long it takes to get Chimchar. Hopefully not long, but technically Chimchar could troll and we could still be here for 10 minutes. I mean, that is the nature of Rumble. It shouldn't happen though, because the boss is going to be Von Furno, which basically means that because the bosses have henchmen around them, the henchmen are very specific. So for a Monferno, the henchman, essentially if I get to the boss, we'll have an infinite amount of Chimchar. Ooh, we actually have a sparkly Chimchar right here. That's a guaranteed drop. Get ready. And that's time.
1 to 17, basically.
Woo! That's awesome. Yeah, that Chimchar, because it had sparkles all around it, it's not a shiny Chimchar, but it's also guaranteed to. So as soon as I saw the sparkles, I was like, oh, that Chimchar is going to drop. We're good. So yeah, I really enjoyed getting to show this off. Rumble Bingo, I'm going to go ahead and upload it. Probably not today, maybe tomorrow on to Play Bingo, so if anyone else wants to participate, you can. This game, unfortunately, is basically impossible to legally obtain at this point because it's only the Wii Virtual Console, and since Nintendo shut down the Wii Virtual Console, unless you already have it downloaded, you're not going to be able to get it legally. There are other ways of playing the game, though, so I encourage everyone to play the game however you can, because it is a really fun game. There's also, I know, a modded version. There's also a modded version of the game that adds in the Johto and Hoenn Pokemon. I have not personally played it, but maybe I will explore that in the future. We'll see that as a big one. But, yeah.
That sounds quite interesting.
I think I'll go ahead and... I don't even know what runs after me, actually. What's coming up next?
I'm not sure either. It is a Celeste Sync Out bingo.
Oh, right! Celeste!
I don't know what Sync Out means, but I'm very curious to learn.
I don't...
It's Isaac versus... 123505. And once we get this, and once we end up getting it ready, I'll hand over to them after this hopefully very short transition.
not sure that words can always save lives, but we know that silence can certainly kill. Humanitarian action is to help people in situations of crisis. Our daily work is a struggle, and it is intensely medical, and it's intensely personal. It aims to build spaces of normalcy in the midst of what is profoundly abnormal. Our action and our voice is an act of indignation, a refusal to accept an active or passive assault on the other. Let me say this very clearly. The humanitarian act is the most apolitical of all acts. But if its actions and its morality are taken seriously, it has the most profound of political implications. We act not in a vacuum, and we speak not simply into the wind, but with a clear intent to assist, to provoke change, or to reveal injustice. The act of humanitarianism comes down to one thing: individual human beings reaching out to those others who find themselves in the most difficult of circumstances. They reach out one bandage at a time, one suture at a time, one vaccination at a time. Humanitarian responsibility has no frontiers.
Hi! Did you know that beyond donating to the amazing cause that is Doctors Without Borders, there are other ways you can support Bingothon? For example, why not subscribe to the Bingothon Twitch channel? You can get access to a bunch of great emotes that will allow you to spread the love of Bingo all around the world. We also have other avenues such as our merch store, where you can buy some amazing merch such as this Bingothon mug. Or also our Patreon page, where you can become an extra supporter as well. And of course, finally, you can just spread the word about Bingothon. Share posts on social media, talk about it to your friends, family, pets, anyone you can think of. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of the event.